seconds. Everybody be good. Okay. What up? Hey, by the way, obviously, guys, we have had a little bit of tech issues recently. Okay, so it's gonna look all different. I tore it all apart to everything. We're rebuilding from scratch. So how's it look? How does it sound? Does it work? Is it even working? Are we live? How's the frame rate and everything? Why is it does look a little off. This is gonna be a whole thing again. I'm gonna have to tweak this whole goddamn thing again. But anyway. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll adjust some stuff, but is it functional? Can we stream? Does it work? Can we fucking yap about shit? Cool. Here, Menace, thanks for the 10 spot, brother. And then you said Abeloth too. What about Abeloth? Are you just shouting things? Or were you just shouting things? Josh, you're late. Appreciate you, Tim. Okay, let me just go through all this stuff. What up, everybody? Good morning. Matthew says Unity. Appreciate you, brother. Just watch Revenge of the Sith for the first time on a giant OLED. Looked better the first time I saw it as a kid. What a piece of art. Yeah, I love that movie, dude. I loved watching that movie in theaters too. The OLED is definitely an awesome experience. I have an OLED myself. I would imagine there's probably the ability to make like an OLED-like situation that would be like so high fidelity. Like I imagine we are there, but you know, there is something still about the theatrical, like maybe it's just the acoustics, the way the projector works or whatever, but damn, dude. That shit was pretty fire watching it in theaters earlier as well. Arc Raiders is a damn good game. Arc Raiders is awesome. Yeah. I might try to play a little Arc Raiders today. We'll see. It's my birthday, so here's some money. I got to watch after work, but I hope you all had a great Halloween. Much love, Nerdvengers. Josh is the GOAT. Nerdvengers for life. I don't know what the Z is, but appreciate you. Oh, Zach Vengers for life, maybe? Appreciate you, Zach. Happy birthday to you, man. Always appreciate the support. I hope you're having a good one. I had a good Halloween, man, but I'm going to be honest. This last week has been maybe one of the most stressful weeks I've had in a long-ass time. Because of the tech issues, I can get into it, but holy, man, been through the ringer. But Duncan says, do you think Paul Bunyan and his Blue Ox are the only true American kaiju? No. But that's cool. I like where your head's at. But no, there were other American Nephilim. And also it depends on who you consider American, right? Because there were probably Mesoamerican Nephilim as well. So no, I guess Maybe, but probably not. You've never been more hot on camera, says Rossi. Oh, is that like because of the temperature of the camera? Like, is the shit gonna blow up? I'm not sure. Let me try to adjust. It doesn't look too bad. I probably have to adjust. Probably gotta adjust the lighting a little bit. Let's see here. There was like the other thing that's like really frustrating is I had this shit dialed. Go watch the video right before it all happened. Go watch not the video I released this morning, but the one before that. Go look at that video and see how fucking dialed in all the settings where everything was. And then it all fucking fell apart. Catastrophically so. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do. Actually, let me see one thing here. I think I can adjust. We'll get there. We'll get it back. It's going to take all kinds of tinkering. Tinkering with some settings, tinkering with the lights. A lot of tinkering. But anyway, we won't do all that on live stream. I wanted to just kind of get in here, yap a little bit today, guys. I've got some topics, but it's pretty cash. Because there's not like really too many crazy things going on. Also need to adjust that thing a little bit too. But yeah, there's not really too much crazy stuff going on, to be honest with you. News is a little bit light. That's all right. And I was going to maybe just touch base on some of the things that were out there and then attempt to play Arc Raiders because I figured with the computer having the issues, why not just like blow the whole fucking thing up? Let's push it as much as we possibly can, because if it blows all the way up, then I will finally be forced to let go and get a new PC and potentially a new camera as well. So I don't know. I maybe that's what it's going to take, is for me to break everything before we can fully move on. Arc Raiders is too much fun. Oh, dude. Hey, how many of y'all are playing Arc Raiders right now? Just out of curiosity. Because I'm playing it. I'm having a blast. I actually just got it yesterday. I wanted to get it sooner, but obviously I've been dealing with all the tech shit. So I spent like Saturday and Sunday just working on all the bullshit in here. And then I got it yesterday, and dude, oh my God, what an incredible game, dude. What an incredible game. So fun. Very dynamic. Is there like no music going on? What the fuck happened? Of course. But that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You guys don't hear any music, huh? What the hell does this mean? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, so it's just not playing at all, huh? Okay. That's cool. Love that for us. Love that for us. Un momento, por favor. I think we got a situation. Spotify can't play this right now. What the fuck? The fuck is wrong? What is happening? Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. No music today, I guess. You guys don't hear anything, huh? We're off to a great start. Here, let me see if I can at least play something like this. Does this play? Let's find out. Okay, that plays at least. I'll turn that way down. All right. Don't get into tech stuff, kids. Don't become a YouTuber. It's cool until it isn't. And then it'll take 10 years off of your life and jack your cortisol levels up to really not good levels. Bubble Guts, appreciate the 5. You gonna do vlogs like Theory? What? Why would I do vlogs? I don't do anything. I don't leave. What do you want my vlogs to be? Me coming in and out of this room? I don't do anything. And even if I did, I would probably not tell you guys about it. What is Arc Raiders? Arc Raiders is an extraction shooter game. Relatively new one. I think it tested like earlier in the year or whatever, but it recently dropped. It's catching a lot of buzz right now. And essentially, like, it's a game where, like, the story is that, like, AI took over the top surface. Most of humanity's living down below. And you have to go up for raids to get, like, supplies and shit like that. So it's like a normal extraction shooter. If you've ever played an extraction shooter like Tarkov, is probably the most popular one. So you go in, and the gameplay loop is you sort of go around these areas, you navigate AI robots that are going to try to kill you. Other players can kill you. And essentially what you're doing is you're trying to collect resources, get out, and go back down to the settlement and take a bunch of loot with you. If you die, all of your loot stays up on the surface. So that's like the basic thing. Dude, what makes this one dynamic, though, I think is just... Like, I've seen a lot of people kind of have their takes on it. Number one, I think it's just a really cool, well-designed world. The arcs themselves, like the robot tech, is really interesting. The enemies are cool. The AI is actually solid. The environments are cool. The gameplay is cool. But, you know, I think that it is actually the sort of limited philosophy of the gunplay that actually makes it really good. Meaning, most of everything is, like, scrapped together. TTK is high, but that's mostly because the weapons are not that great. Arcs, like the AI can kill you pretty quickly, and then higher powered, like, geared characters, player characters, could kill you very quickly. But for the most part, it just creates a lot of very dynamic gameplay loops, or like things that you can do. The sandbox is really open, and I think it's actually because the gunplay is really, really dialed down. So it's cool. I want to Josh vlog and tell Liam his art sucks. Oh my god. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want to do it. It also runs well. We are finally getting UE game with Nanite enabled. I mean, it ran incredibly well for me. I was kind of interested to see how it would do on stream because I've had all these tech issues. I wonder if, like, I would just literally explode my computer, or I wonder if it would run surprisingly well. You know what I mean? It's really fun, man. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Really dynamic. Do you play solo or with a squad? I played solo all day yesterday, right up until my buddy got on, and I ran a couple with him. Actually, my friends are on, guys. My buddies are on right fucking now. They're on right now. And they've been telling me, they were like, oh, dude, I got today off. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe I should just go play. You know? That would be kind of fun. You should be vlogging Warhammer games. I actually did think about that. I've considered that. I actually do. There's maybe a way we could make that happen. But, yeah. Yeah, I know. I should just go play. Well, maybe let's yap about a couple of things, and then I'll throw up. I'll see if we can stream a game, and if not, I'll just get out of here, and then I'll... Anyone check out the shitty season 4 of The Witcher? I don't think... I gotta be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people did, bro. You know? I've seen some people complaining about it, and I've seen some people, like, obviously taking shots, which are... I mean, look... They're, of course, well-deserved. That shit is... That whole situation's insane, what happened over there. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because, like, I don't really care that much. I just kind of considered it to be dead and whatnot. That I didn't really make any content about it or whatever. Ribs Thor, R.I.P. Thor's little brother. Yeah, but he's fine, man. He's just cashing a check, man. You know, he's just getting some work. Yo, speaking of Thor, I randomly put on the other night Red Dawn. Y'all ever see that, John? With Hemsworth back in the day? Arc Raiders has me by the freaking balls right now. I'm dying to get back in there, bro. I'm dying to get back in there. So the coolest thing I did last night was I teamed up with a dude. I got a sniper. I got a sniper, and then I took this guy to get a sniper, and then we got one of the leapers, relatively large enemy. We got one of the leapers to fight us at an area where we had a lot of cover, and we could like go around things and like kind of get it trapped behind like walls and shit like that. 15-minute fight with snipers, and we killed it. And I got 3 of the legendary components from the leaper, like whatever they're called. And that was definitely the coolest shit I did yesterday. But like, that's just scratching the surface. Like, there's so many things you can do in the game. But yeah, it's really cool. My buddy and I tried to take down the Queen the other day and got obliterated like it was D-Day. Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily try that. I tried one of the like big tanky armadillo looking motherfuckers. Dude, those things are crazy because I shot it from a far distance, and a lot of the AI you can shoot from a distance and it'll be pissed, but it won't know where you're at. This thing was like, dude, that motherfucker 300 yards away, boom! And it was like lighting me up. I was like, oh my God, how does it know I'm here? Yeah, that shit was crazy. What's on your shirt? That's Dr. Doom. It's a famous cover from Doom War, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. 2 different squads to leave me because there were so many ARC bots. You know, I actually didn't get in a lot of PvP yesterday. I was surprised at how many people were chill. Oh, you sent a 64-month chat? I didn't know you've been here that long. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, bro. Let's see what we got here. I'm here for the yapperation in this yappery. 63 months is wild. Tomorrow is huge for me. It's election day. I'm running for city treasurer. Much love. Oh, damn, dude. Damn, good for you, brother. Obviously, hope you get that. That's cool. Yo, first thing that pops into my mind, Kendall, is like, were you the banker when everybody played Monopoly? Like, are you that guy? Like, were you the banker? Often? Because that's kind of interesting. The city treasurer, huh? So if a bunch of money goes missing and all of a sudden, like, the Nerd Vengers are flexing, like, is this that's what we're talking about here? This is incredible. This is huge. Oh, I just want to tell you I love you, bro. Oh, thanks, man. Much love. Well, you'd only be in jail if you got caught. And frankly, it seems like everybody's catching charges these days. You know what I mean? Like, we've got a lot of our leaders in this country catching charges. So, fuck it. I'm not saying that it's late stage capitalism and it's like a run on the bank and everybody just get as much as you can for yourself and fuck everybody else. I'm not saying that, but it certainly seems like others are. You know, just throwing it out there. I think the first scene in Doomsday will pick up right after the dance scene with Cap and Peggy in Endgame. Watch that last scene, and when it fades to black with the music, imagine Doom comes in. That would be pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. That would be crazy. Finally got Queen Slayer. I can finally rest and go back to normal rivals. Queen Slayer. And go back to normal rivals. What does that mean? I'm a DM you. Hell yeah. No, that is really cool, though. Congratulations, man. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And yeah, we'll yap about some stuff. There's really not a lot going on. Here's what I was going to do, guys. And you tell me if this sounds good, okay? First part of the stream is kind of like just getting out of my head a little bit. Been working on the tech issues. It sucks. I hate it when it doesn't look the way that I want it to. So I get a little inside my own head. But, you know, once we get into the flow, I want to talk about the Doomsday trailer. I want to talk about the state of Star Wars, the state of DC. That's it. Like, there's nothing else going on. So I figured, fuck it. Let's touch base on all the stories. Let's talk about the Doomsday trailer. Where's Marvel at? Let's talk about Star Wars, because apparently they're wrapping this Sean Levy movie like really soon. I don't know, man. The Sean Levy movie, to me, I feel kind of bad for Sean in the way that I think this might go down now. And, you know, really it's kind of Adam Driver's fault, but we can talk about what's going on with that. There's some other interesting things going on there. The only thing that's really going on with DC is that, you know, it was pretty much confirmed that Lanterns is going to be delayed till past Supergirl. And of course, there's the whole lingering sale with Warner Brothers, Paramount, Netflix, a lot of different people. You know, the last I heard on that story, by the way, I saw some reporting where folks were talking about how Paramount might be thinking about this in a way that is very different than what a lot of us are speculating about. Speculation that they would even actually get rid of HBO Max and license out their streaming catalog to other streamers, which would be like, whoa, like there's some pretty wild stuff going on. Could you open your Warhammer gift if it got it from the PO box? Yes, but also I need to know if I don't even know if I have a PO box right now. I don't know if I told you guys, but they shut down my local place, so I have to go to USPS now, and I probably don't have that set up just yet. So, yeah, but appreciate you, Daniel. I'll go over there. I'll go over there either today or tomorrow and try to sort it out and figure out what's going on. But yeah, okay. Netflix needs to buy Warner Brothers. Yeah, that would be interesting. It almost appears that Netflix could buy part of Warner Brothers. I don't think that they would buy the whole thing. I really don't think so. But who knows? Who knows? That's just the speculation. Okay, should we get into it? Should we yap a little bit? Let's also see if the clips and all that shit is working too. Packages lost forever. It could be. I mean, that's happened to me before. Some dude from Germany sent me like all this really nice beer, but because it was like liquid and beer and from Germany, dude, like I don't know what happened exactly, but like customs was like, nah, and then it like went all around, and then like it literally I never got it. I never drank that beer. So John Campia probably got the package. Well, I don't know if he got it, but I know he kept an eye out for it. Okay, can we talk about the Doomsday trailer, chat? Man, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. I was thinking a lot about this over the weekend in between losing my mind over the fucking tech issues. And frankly, part of why I was so angry this weekend was like, I need to make fucking content about the goddamn Doomsday trailer. Like, I really think this is a big deal. And of course, I'm talking about the stuff we went over on Friday. And the stuff with Chris Gore and the announcement of the trailer, the contents of the trailer, all of that sort of stuff. Is it bad? Is it going bad? See, this is why we stress test everything. Did it really? I'm looking at the thing right now. It actually doesn't look too bad on my end, frankly. Although, let's wait. Let me see. Give me just a second here, because I want to see it. Because, like, I know you guys are saying all that, but I need to see it. I don't trust you. I don't even trust you guys. It looks like it's fine on my end. It was 1 frame a second? Yeah, right. It's okay now. Did you turn it off? Maybe. Shut up. Elijah, with all due respect, don't ask me that shit, brother. Ah! Okay, anyway, like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, can we talk about the fucking Avengers Doomsday trailer? I want to talk about the Doomsday trailer. I've been dying to talk about the Doomsday trailer. And all of you guys keep ruining the stream with your Kmart internet. Okay, anyway, now that I have that off my chest, this is actually like a super big deal, man. Look, I was a little checked out over the weekend, but I think the reality is like a lot of people probably don't believe this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people probably don't believe this. Chat, what do you think? Do you think people believe this shit? Do people believe this shit? You know what I'm saying? All the shit. Doom trailer coming soon. A bunch of action with Doctor Doom. You're going to get a sympathetic character. His fucking body's broken and all that. Chat. Do you think people even fucking believe that this is happening? Yeah, build your own. Oh, Adam. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Do you think people even believe that this is happening? It's Elijah. It is okay, brother. It is okay. It's not you. It's me. I kind of believe it. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I believe it too. But what I'm saying is, I think this big crazy thing's about to happen. I think it's going to be impactful. And I think a lot of people don't think that it's going to. And I wonder too, because like, again, like, you know, it's not confirmed, but like Chris is very good. You know, Gore had the chair thing right before everybody. I have no reason to not believe this. Right? And if it is this, if that story's true, right, then when are people going to realize? You know what I mean? Is it just going to be a thing where it gets reported that Marvel's doing it, and even then people are like, okay, cool, I guess, like a teaser trailer? You know what I mean? Or is it literally going to be this thing where, like, people go to see Avatar, which I still believe is going to be a big movie? I'm a little bit, I don't know, man. The Avatar thing, Avatar does this every time, which I guess was just the one time, really, because the first time it was like, oh, shit, Avatar. But the second time it was like, oh, it's been years. There's not a lot of buzz. Do people even like these movies? Like, it's fucking Ferngully. Like, what the fuck? And then it made like $1 bajillion, right? So I don't know. Maybe that's going to happen again. Maybe people actually will sleep on Avatar this time. I don't know. I wouldn't bet against Avatar, but I'm just not sure, right? The point being, though, is like, dude, are we about to enter a scenario? Like, I'm actually starting to think this might be what happened, where people have no idea and they go into the movie theater and fucking like Doctor Doom like puts his dick on the table. You know what I mean? And proverbial, you know what I mean? Like figurative, of course. But like people are like, holy shit! That could be cool. That could be, I wonder if they're going for that. I started to think about this when I was like, oh man, you know, look, things are changing. You know, the industry's changing. You know, media is changing. Social media is changing. It's really hard to know. And it's sort of hard to track what is going to catch on. You know what I mean? Like, what's the thing? Like Minion, like a bunch of fucking young men. I almost called y'all a bunch of horrible shit. But just a bunch of, let's just say a bunch of young, outstanding young American citizens all dressed up in suits to go see the Minions movie. These motherfuckers can't go to a job interview, but they went to the Minions movie in suits. Okay? So the point is, like, you can never really predict how this kind of stuff happens, like what catches the vibe, right? But I'm starting to see some ingredients here. For something kind of crazy, for an actual cultural moment, for something that could be really fucking crazy. I wonder if that's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Because it so defies conventional wisdom to do something like this, to go this hard on a trailer, if this is really what they're saying. And like, what if it is like a full 3 minutes, even if it's just 2 minutes? Like, this could really be wild. I'm starting to think like, man, what if we got a bunch of people like doing out the theater reactions to a trailer? What if we got a bunch of people recording themselves inside a movie theater for a trailer? You know what I mean? Like, what if, are they trying, do you think, chat, just be honest with me, do you think that that's what they're trying to do? Because either way, it seems like they're trying to sort of establish a moment, change the narrative for sure, right? But I almost feel like they're taking the opportunity, which is going to be the first look at Doomsday, which is always a big deal. First look, inherently very interesting, you know. I'm starting to think that, like, they could be taking that and turning it into something where people are going to be like, holy fucking shit, you know? Kind of interesting. Spine rip in the trailer. If they go for, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys want a spine rip in the trailer? So just tell me, do you want a spine rip in the trailer? You're letting your love for Doom carry you away? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay? It's the den of nerds. Not the den of well-reasoned fucking takes. Holy, a Kane spine rip? That would be crazy. What if it's a Captain Marvel spine rip? You know? Brie Larson's like, that felt like a personal attack. You know? And then, like, he puts the symbol on his... Shit. Could be crazy. That's going to be saved for the opening of the movie. Yeah, maybe. They should drop the trailer with the Tesla Roadster reveal. I heard it can fly. You should buy one, Josh. Put a nerd logo on it. What if I already had one on pre-order? Now, that is actually kind of interesting. That's a totally different thing. But, like, dude, if he really made... You guys know... Well, some of you know because you've watched the channel a lot. I'm not a big fan of Elon, especially over the past couple of years, let's say. But if he actually brings us flying cars, that would be really cool. You know what I mean? It's hard to be mad at flying cars. Imagine they show the start of the spine rip and then fade to black. Yeah, something like that could be cool. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That could be cool. I actually think this could really kick off something special here. You know what I mean? I released a video about this earlier this morning, but if you think about it, guys, you know, they've been filming this movie since, I don't know, May or something, April, May, June, somewhere around there. And by the way, when I say that, I mean like main principal photography. They were there. They were filming all sorts of stuff. They were doing all sorts of testing. All sorts of filming had been done prior to all of that. And so they were filming this thing for like 5 months when they delayed it, and then they just kept filming. So this movie, like, I know there have been some problems with the film for sure, right? I mean, Snyder's reported on it. We've heard things. There was all the beef and stuff. Remember John Roca kind of got into it a little bit. So there have been issues, and I think there's always issues on a movie set, and when you have this many working parts, of course, there's going to be issues. 100%, right? But at the same time, they've been filming and spending hundreds of millions of dollars for long time this year, okay? And I say all of that to say, like, dude, they gotta have some shit to show, brother. I personally heard they had shit to go for the summer. That's what I heard. I heard they had shit to go, they had shit ready to go for the summer. Okay? But they pulled out of Comic-Con and delayed the film basically around the same time, which is tough. But I think all of that thinking actually makes a lot of sense now. So when we saw the first trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, guys, do you remember the first teaser trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine? It was huge. A Super Bowl trailer, close to 200 million people watched it or whatever, right? But the thing about that trailer was it didn't even have finished VFX. It wasn't even properly color corrected. In fact, for months and months, all the marketing material for Deadpool and Wolverine kind of looked shitty. Like, it was not finished. It wasn't color graded. It looked very fucking bland. It was kind of bad, to be honest. And then they color corrected it about a month and a half out. All the trailers snapped into place, and like the movie itself looks so much better than those early trailers, right? But Marvel will not have to do that. At least I don't think they'll have to do that with Doomsday because they've been working on it for so long. And I think they've locked some of the big VFX shots. Like, we just heard this crazy fucking rumor of, like, Namor actually being a boss and, like, riding a goddamn Kraken or some shit and you know, doing some actual Atlantean, like, Namor shit from the comics, which would be super cool. But that's a huge sequence. You probably start to build the models and the wireframes and all that shit, like, months and months and months ago. It could be fully rendered by now. It could be, like, crystal clear, fully rendered, if it's still in the film. So this Doomsday trailer has the potential to, I think, really blow motherfuckers away, because it has the potential to have, like, super clean, borderline finished VFX for Doctor Doom, but also all this incredibly ambitious stuff that the Russos wanted to cook up for Doomsday. It has the potential for X-Men stuff, Fantastic Four stuff. Like, dude, I don't know, guys. Like, do y'all remember the Super Bowl trailer with that Endgame trailer? Where it had, like, the black and white with the red. It was super stylized, and it had, like, all of these shots from the older movies, and then it cracked into a whatever it takes kind of a situation. Y'all remember that kind of stuff? Or that very first Endgame trailer that showed Tony? Like, I just think that we could be on the precipice of a really cool moment within this space. You know, if you're a big nerd, and, you know, especially, like, if you're a content creator that, like, basically covers Marvel, like, I don't know that it gets cooler than this, frankly. I don't know that it gets cooler than this. I don't know that it gets bigger than this. This feels absolutely incredible. So I'm excited. I hope it's true. What if it, like, never comes? What if it doesn't come out? I'm gonna be so fucking let down. I'm gonna be very, very upset. Jacob says, what's up? Been super busy moving and working. Haven't been around much, but Nerd Adventures for life. Hey, appreciate you, brother. No worries, man. Life takes us in different ways, my guy. That was not the Super Bowl trailer. Hell yeah. I hope they pick a good cinematic music. The music in the last Stranger Things trailer was terrible. Was it? I don't remember getting too hyped about that trailer. But I don't remember saying, like, dude, that music's bad. Yeah, you want good music. I mean, Silvestri is cooking. I think we've heard some of the Doom theme. And the Fantastic Four theme is fire as well. So, yeah. I think we're in good hands with that shit. You ever play Arma? No, I don't know what that is, man. Josh, is James gonna be affected by whoever buys WB? And if so, DC actually getting rebooted a possibility? Yeah, it is. That's on my next. Well, we'll go to DC next. Let's go to DC next. Has there been any updates about DC? I don't think we have any new updates. I think it's still just being shopped around. I think that's just still just being shopped around. When do we get Spider-Man Noir? That's a good question. Hopefully we get a trailer by the end of the year, dude. That would be fire. That would be fire. Russos might be iffy with original films, but I trust them with their Marvel shit. Yeah, fair. You know, like, I went back and watched some of them. Like, I even watched, like, some of Gray Man and stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but the issue with Gray Man is, like, every character acts like they have the swagger of Tony Stark, and yet none of it's earned because you don't know shit about them. So it all just feels kind of like a pale parody of Marvel swagger, Tony Stark swagger. But the action's incredible, the staging, like, there's some really good stuff there. But yeah, maybe it could be the case that, like, they kind of need that Marvel juice. Like, Marvel, like, when you work within the Marvel library, it's a little earned. Like, you don't actually have to sell the audience too hard on Frank Castle. Like, just make him do some badass shit, and the audience is going to be like, yeah, that's so Frank. Do you know what I mean? But if you don't have that, like, this is, by the way, this is a Rebel Moon. This is a Zack Snyder thing, too. Okay? This is a Zack Snyder thing, too. To be honest with you, this is, I think, the core issue of Rebel Moon. I think it's the core issue. 21 Bridges was solid. What's 21 Bridges? I've heard of that shit. But I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. All right, should we talk about DC? Should we talk about DC? So, I don't know that there's too much to really report on DC, man. I think a lot of people are still having the same conversations. I think on the corporate side of things, like I'll tell you this, since we last spoke on Friday, I did watch some more reporting, and I watched this segment on CNBC that was quite interesting. And the guy made this point, right? And man, I wonder how you guys feel about this. But let's see, the 15 minutes. Okay, so that's some bullshit there. The guy basically said to me that when a company starts this process, when they start to allow other companies to start to look at the data, and they actually have other companies approaching banks, essentially, this genie does not go back in the bottle. That in their experience as financial analysts, it has basically never happened that this process has started like this and didn't get wrapped up. In some ways, some of this is an exercise in futility. In some ways, this is posturing, and some of the stuff is bidding more bullshit, you know. But like at the end of the day, an expectation has been set with the customers, an expectation has been set with the boards and the shareholders, an expectation has been set with the executive team, an expectation has been set in the market, an expectation has been set to the regulators, an expectation has been set that this is happening. And CNBC said they basically think it's going to be sold by Christmas. That all indicators and everything that they've heard from sources indicates that this thing will be sold by Christmas. And I mean, I guess it kind of depends on where you were at with this as far as how much does that affect you. Because there are some people out there that still don't think this thing is going to be sold. And I don't see anything to support that, guys. You know what I mean? I don't see anything to support that. I don't see how they, what is Zaslav going to say? Nobody gave us a good enough price. I guess we'll just, do you know what that would do to the stock price? Like you got to understand we're in a different place now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, I guess nobody wanted it for what it's worth. Let's just go do what we've been doing. Like, that doesn't happen. So this shit's gone. Bye-bye. Now, there's a lot of questions as far as what does that mean for the leadership? What does that mean for the company? Now, again, nothing really has changed there. The last we heard, there were some people reporting that they want to keep everybody there. You know, there were reporting that said they want to keep creative teams of the studios separate and together. Guys, there's no way of knowing that that's actually what they're going to do. The only thing that says is that info is out there, possibly just to quell some concern, quiet some voices, maybe make regulators comfortable. I don't really know, but I'm telling you right now, like I've heard some things that bring that into question. I don't know that that's going to be the case. And if you really look, again, this is a personal take. This is sort of just the way I see it. You look at technology, AI, you look at entertainment, you look at Hollywood, you look at the fall off of Hollywood, you look at the brand damage of Hollywood, you look at what's going on right now. I feel very strongly things are going to get shaken up. I feel very strongly that things are going to be shaken up. But I don't know. You know, it's so funny, man. Everybody has different takes on this. You know, I saw Grace kind of had this take that she thinks Gunn should technically stay but be demoted. And I'm just like, that's not, I mean, that's not what happens in these situations. Now, Gunn is somewhat of a unique entity in that he might be willing to do that. But that's like, in the corporate world, that doesn't, like, we don't usually do that kind of stuff. You can do a measure of it, like exile from Rome instead of losing your citizenship, right? Like, there's ways that you could do that, but it's just usually not the case that That's like a half measure. You know what I mean? That's a half measure. To what end? And I just don't see that. I don't see that as an outcome of this scenario, you know? But of course, we wait and we see. So that's basically it. There's been no real updates. I think the thing's still being shopped around again. There's some kind of curious reporting that I heard indicating that Paramount had some really interesting plans to like sell license to its streaming material to the other big streamers, and it might want to get out of the streaming business. But that seems so weird because you know, Paramount Plus has I think built a pretty strong catalog, and I think HBO Max has as well. However, if you look at what's going on with Amazon, there have been some interesting things going on with Amazon where they will put in stuff from subscriptions. And I think it's actually helped a lot of Apple stuff get a really big pop because Amazon, and I don't know, maybe fucking the guy that made one of the biggest companies ever is actually pretty smart, but over time, the plan to essentially force people into Prime Video by basically just having what you could consider regular shipping abilities now, Amazon Prime, has worked. Massive amounts of people watch Amazon Prime. Massive amounts of people have access to that. That is why a lot of their shows are able to chart. Even Gen V was able to chart on Nielsen. You know what I mean? So it's pretty wild. So what I'm saying is like, it is possible that Paramount and the Ellisons are thinking of things that like are going to shake things up in ways that I'm not even anticipating. You're not even anticipating. People aren't even anticipating. Like, what if they buy this thing and they literally say Paramount Plus? Well, I guess they can't take Paramount Plus away because they just did this massive deal with the UFC. But maybe that makes it make sense as to why they're not going to raise the price, because they're going to license off the content, lean on the live events. I don't know. That's like a whole nother thing. But like, so they might just destroy HBO Max then. They might just fucking destroy HBO Max. I don't know, dude. You know, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of different opinion pieces. I've been reading a lot about it. I find it really interesting. I'm just not really, I don't know that any of the stuff, as I've tried to be consistent on this. I don't know how much of what we're hearing right now is accurate insofar as it's going to like give us a better understanding of the outcome. I think we're getting narrative. I think we're getting speculation, and that's fine. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it, guys. What do you think, man? What do you guys think about DC? Like, what do you guys think of this whole situation? You know, it's a pretty big deal. I mean, right now, arguably some of the biggest stories in entertainment are going on unresolved. We just don't know what they mean, but we know it's going to be a big impact. What do you guys think? RIP HBO Max? Maybe. It might be RIP HBO Max. Don't get rid of HBO Max? I think HBO Max could go, dude. I think HBO Max could go. I don't think they have a strong enough catalog. But they do have that Harry Potter show. Maybe that'll be a big success for them. DC will be picked apart by vultures. Maybe. It's going to be... I'm so fascinated to see what happens with DC, man. HBO is a cultural establishment in the brand. Yeah, so is Kodak, though. You know? So is Blockbuster. HBO Max is expensive, so it's probably not needed if it can be merged with Paramount Plus. Yeah. Yeah. Sopranos carries HBO Max. Sopranos isn't even good. You guys are crazy, dude. I hope they cancel that Potter show. Yeah, 0% chance on that, bud. But I hear you. I understand the sentiment. I'm not interested in that show at all. I got to be honest with you, though. I wasn't interested in that show from the jump. I'm like, what are we doing here? You made some of the most classic... Like, what are you going to do? Get all the best British actors, the most acclaimed, fucking incredible British actors of all time again? No! You already did it. This shit is legendary. The fucking Harry Potter movies are fucking legendary. So I don't give a shit about that show. Let's see here. Snyderverse is returning. All DCU verses remain. Maybe. Maybe. Wouldn't that be cool? Piatti Diddy says, got the HT General Grievous, my first. Rip my wallet. Yo, how much was that bad boy? You're talking about the Hot Toys Grievous? I bet it's lit. I bet it's lit, dog. Hot Toys General Grievous. Let's peep this shit right here. Oh, 400? Yeah, that is an expensive one. Not as pricey as it could be. Did you get the collectors? Which ones you get? Collector's edition, special edition? What'd you get? Yo, shit is so cool. Damn, dude. Papa George made some fucking cool characters, huh? There's no reason General Grievous should be as cool as he is. You know what I mean? Like, he has no right being as cool as he is. And he drops all those, like, weak as fuck one-liners, but it's just kind of badass. Time to abandon ship. You know? Mm-hmm. 500 after shipping and taxes and tariffs. Whew. Well, it's a good thing the U.S. government paid that tariff for you, though, you know? What's going to happen with the House of the Dragon after the Game of Thrones spin-offs? Good question. I think they have, what do they have? 3-4 more seasons of House of the Dragon planned? I mean, there's some big... Dude, they're going to tell the whole story of the Dance with Dragons, right? Which is going to get real crazy. I'm interested in what they do with Daemon, by the way, because there's conflicting reports about what happens to Daemon in the books. They have Night of the Seven Kingdom. There were rumors of other shows. There was a Jon Snow show. There's a lot of like rumors of stuff that didn't come to fruition. I think right now they got House of the Dragon they're cooking. They're going to do Night of the Seven Kingdom, which seems like a little bit of a smaller show. I even heard rumors that they might do movies, man. They might want to go into the movie theater, so pretty crazy. We desperately need more Grievous content. That would be kind of fun. I would not be mad at more Grievous content for sure. Ahsoka with a $50 holla. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Says, here, Josh, some support for your problems with the PC/cam. And yet again, thanks for everything. Love to you and your whole family, and love to the chat. Oh, it's very sweet, Ahsoka. Thank you, Ahsoka Tano. Appreciate you. Yeah. We're trying, you know, I'm not going to lie. It was a very frustrating week. I think within the next couple of days, I should be able to get this dialed back into pretty much where it needs to be. Although I do think it's probably time to get a new PC. So probably going to get a new PC soon. Yo, by the way, chat, I don't know if we're doing Nerd Theory tonight. Theory has become a cowboy, from what I understand. I look at his Instagram, and he's like, you know, and riding on horses and shooting stuff. And so I don't know what's going on with this guy. You know what I mean? And God bless him, man. I wish I could just fucking go be a cowboy right now and not have to deal with all this stupid tech bullshit. But yeah, I honestly don't know. I'll text him later. I don't know if we'll have a show or not, but like, he's like riding horses and shit. So I would assume he might be busy. So maybe I'll just be playing Arc Raiders. But anyway, point is, appreciate you. We'll get it dialed in. We'll get the new PC. These things happen. You know? It's just the timing of it's a little odd. You know, I was like on fire, making a bunch of incredible videos. Kind of feeling myself, to be honest with you. You know, not to be egotistical, because everybody knows I am actually the most humble. I'm actually really, really humble. It's a virtue. But I was kind of feeling myself, dude. I was like, God damn, dude, I can do this content thing. I'm good. I can do this content thing. And then the universe was like, what if like you couldn't though? Yeah. What if like you couldn't though? And I was like, oh shit. Well, I guess I'll just rage. But again, thank you. JT Hiskey says, I watch your live streams while I work overnight as a nurse. Thank you for all that you do and keep up the great work. Oh, that's awesome, man. I used to work overnight. I've worked third shift at restaurants. And then I also, one of the most odd jobs that I ever had, but I'm actually glad that I had the job. I was a janitor, guys. Dead ass. I was a janitor. Me and my roommate, we were janitors. And we had a couple of buildings in town. We had like a couple of banks and a hospital. And dude, I'd sometimes work a shift. I'd sometimes work the restaurant shift like a Friday night, come back into my college town, go home, pick up my roommate, and then we'd go to the hospital, hit the banks, like clean all night. And it was really interesting. It was a really interesting gig for sure. Look up Ellison putting nearly $1 billion into leasing major New Jersey film lot for 10 years. This could be for Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, we touched. I appreciate you, Cruel. So we touched on this a little bit last week. It's fascinating. Yeah, that could be real. Like, as in, he could actually be trying to turn New Jersey into Hollywood a little bit, or to turn Jersey into a place where Hollywood type business could be going on simultaneously. Which would be fascinating. So yeah, I did hear about that. The truth is though, if New Jersey becomes the next Hollywood, then I'm going to say that I fucked up because I didn't know how good we had it. It's one of those, like, you don't know what you got till it's gone situation. Hollywood right now, full of weirdos, crazy, absolutely horrible. Have you been to New Jersey? Do you know about the Guidos? Do you know about them? Do you know about the construction workers, let's say, over there? Like, look, I'm not trying to get canceled. New Jersey's got some problems. Okay? Yes. So, guess we can't. This is why we can't have nice things. So what happened? Because, Bao, you can't clean that once at all. I don't know what that means. Oh, they're taxed too high, I'd say. Isn't the property taxes in New Jersey, like, insane? I heard one time New Jersey has almost more billionaires than any other country or state. Nerd theory tonight? I'm actually not sure, LK. I'm not sure. I'll text theory later. I'm kind of doubting it, though. Day 653 of telling Josh to take his PC to Best Buy or buy a new PC. I'm going to get a new PC. I tell you what, I'm probably just going to pull the trigger and buy like the $5,000, $6,000 Starforge, John. I haven't like completely decided, mostly because all of you keep shouting at me, just build your own. Just build your own. I'm like, I don't want to build my own. I want to buy I want to throw money at the problem and not think about it anymore. Thank you. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is just buy that. I recently met Paris Jackson through a close mutual friend. How do you feel about Nepo children in the industry as a whole? Thank you so much. I don't know who Paris Jackson is. But, you know, the Nepo thing is interesting. Like, Nick Cage is a Nepo baby. But he changed his name to Nick Cage so that he wouldn't be a Nepo baby. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually the Godfather homies, Coppola. He's a Coppola. Yeah. Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. But he didn't want to have the Coppola name. He was Nick Cage, okay? And then there are other people that use the name to get into places, and like, I don't know, man. I mean, on the one hand, I'll say it to you like this. Do I like it? No. Is it the worst thing going on the planet? Absolutely not. There's a lot of other injustices out there to worry about. And also, too, there are some Nepo babies that actually are really talented, too. So, yeah. But he took the Coppola money. But he didn't leverage the Coppola name to get acting gigs. That's the point. You know? Look, one of the biggest Nepo babies of all time is J.J. Abrams. Like, his family, his dad, his mom, literally without that, like, I don't know that JJ has a career at all. Because I think JJ's a pretty unremarkable director, actually. You know what I mean? Like, he's serviceable, but I think even JJ would tell you, like, there's this, have you guys ever seen the thing where JJ Abrams says, if you love The Force Awakens, he questions your sanity. Have you ever seen that? I actually think JJ's super aware of how average he is as a filmmaker. But also, like, fuck it. It's not like he's not going to take the work, you know? The industry knew who Nick Cage was? Pfft, maybe. Back in the day, though, I don't know that that's the case. I don't think that it's the case. Nowadays, though, yeah, probably you're right, yeah. It's not that hard to build a PC. Oh, I know, Phantom. I'm not doing it because it's hard. I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to do it. Like, I just want to, like, spend money and have a fucking incredible PC and, like, plug it in and not have to worry about it. You know? Doesn't that make sense? Like, isn't that cool? I think that's cool. I think it's cool to be like, yeah, but nah. Plus, there's a ton of YouTube videos if you get stuck. Yeah, I bet there are. I could do it myself and had a PC shop do it for like $200. Yeah, dude. Come on. Is Nerd Theory happening tonight? I'm actually not sure. I've said this a couple of times. I'm not sure. Thoughts on Gunn starting his DCU with issues that comic book movie fans complained was degrading the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Too many shows, C-list characters to focus. Yeah, I think there's sort of an emerging narrative, which is a little bit of an uncomfortable one probably for James Gunn fans, for like super, like big fans of James Gunn. But I think there's kind of an emerging narrative that James and his sensibilities might actually be responsible, not just for the fall off of DC comic book stuff, not just the fall off of also Marvel comic book stuff, but actually the complete fall off and the degradation of the entire genre. That this man, this boy, man, may have actually destroyed everything we all love. So yeah, it's possible. It's easy to destroy a motherboard if you don't know enough of the basics. Yeah, I think that is maybe what I did to mine. Like, not destroyed it, but like, I think it's fucked up a little bit. Josh, I'm here. Okay, great. Awesome. Movies are dead again. Wait, what? Man, Bear, Pig Boy. Yes, that's it. Buy all the pieces and have Best Buy build it, dummy. Dude, why would I do that? What fucked up satisfaction would you get out of that? Who made you care? Holy. Blame it on the tequila. It actually was the tequila. Both times. I can't go 2 weeks in a row without Nerd Theory. It would actually be 3 weeks if we don't go tonight. But yeah. Do you think Warner Brothers is stopping Gunn from making his Batman? No. I mean, no. I mean, it could be more complicated than we are aware of, but no. You get better parts for your money, Josh. If I overpay for the same parts, do I not have the same fucking parts? It's not like I'm going to get worse parts. Come on. Your Steam's crashing all the time made me care, Josh. Okay, fair, Justin. That's actually fair. I mean, it's not going to really change anything, but yes, that is fair. Mm-hmm. Come on! Do you not want to save money and live better? I think living better is not having to worry about saving money. Ahsoka says, don't have $5,000 for a PC. This is all I've got left. Well, you don't have to worry about that, okay? You don't have to worry about that because I have allocated resources decently, let's say. Buffer overrun 2K for a Mac Studio. A Mac Studio? I gotta be honest, guys, okay? I'm not trying to be rude, okay? But I don't know what's worse. The tech issues or the fucking IT department over here while the tech issues are going on. I legitimately don't know what's worse, okay? This is a let's all just take a breath, okay? It's all good. Okay, it's all good. Benjamin says, go buy a PC with this. Come on. Can I get a $2 PC? That'd be kind of fun. We could try a $2 PC. What if I got an actual potato? Could we actually make a potato computer and run something? That'd be kind of fun. I just got here. Has today been fun and productive? Yes, both fun and productive. Should we talk a little bit about Star Wars? I think we talked a little DC, we talked a little Marvel. Let's talk a little Star Wars, and then let's try to see if Arc Raiders let's see if we can stream our Arc Raiders. I'll run a couple raids with you guys. Chris says PC fun. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. I'll build you a PC, Josh. I do it all the time. I appreciate it, but you're adding problems because now I have to rely on you. I have to have communication with you. I have to, you know what I mean? Like I totally get it. And all you guys are doing is trying to help the problem, except some of you are actually probably trying to trigger the fuck out of me, but most of you are probably just trying to help. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Okay. All right. Why not Red Dawn with Swayze? Actually, I've never seen that one, but I should watch it. After I watched the remake, I was like, dude, I want to go watch the OG one. So maybe I will. Ahsoka, thank you for the sticker. Appreciate you. Yes, I'm trying to trigger you. Yes, I understand. When Acolyte Season 2? Hopefully soon, man. Just such a good thing. That loved it. No, I'm done helping after last time. Message received. Whoa, I'm sorry. Did I? Oh, I did yell at you. No, well, it's not you though. It's me. You know what I mean? Like I try to keep it chill, but occasionally I lose it. Why do you look so much like Josh? That's actually a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. I'm not really sure. As long as you get, you should be fine. Okay, 590, you should be fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Josh, did you ever talk about the Transformers, John? What do you mean, the movie? Like the cartoon thing they're building? I think we touched on it briefly. I am excited for it. I don't know enough about it, but I think it could be huge. And as more stuff comes out, we'll cover it more for sure. As more stuff comes out, we'll cover it because I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, let's talk just a little bit about Star Wars. Let's briefly talk about this. So I think right now the big question is, with regards to like the Star Wars fandom and just everything that's going on, is will the story of the last couple of weeks with Adam Driver and the Ben Solo movie, will that move the needle at all for Lucasfilm? Will anything change? And I would tell you the answer to that is complicated, but let's just address what is actually happening first. As far as we know, Ahsoka Season 2 just recently wrapped. They're working on post-production. It will drop next year, sometime. Sean Levy's movie is said to wrap within the next couple of months, maybe even by the end of this month. And I think it's supposed to drop next year as well. Or no, it's actually not scheduled for 2027, isn't it? So they've got a lot of time to do VFX and possibly reshoots on that. That's kind of interesting, actually. Mando Grogu, pretty much ready to go. I heard they were doing some pickups and some reshooting on that, but probably nothing extensive because there's nothing really to do. That movie there's nothing going on with that movie. By the way, really interesting report out there. Did you guys hear this shit where there were some controversial lines that got removed from Mando Grogu? Apparently Jeremy Allen White was talking about how the movie, he was like ad-libbing some stuff, like where he was like, fuck the Star Wars, or like he was being self-referential, or like some goofy shit with it. It was wild, man. I was like, what the fuck was this movie? Like, how experimental did they get? This seems so wild to me. But But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of like an aside. So generally speaking, guys, here's what Star Wars has lined up. They have Ahsoka Season 2, Mando Grogu. They have the Levy movie. There were some reports that Mangold will film soon. We shall see. We just got some indication that the Charmin Obed Chinoy thing might be delayed even more because Daisy Ridley just got another big movie gig or something like that. So it seems like that might get delayed. But again, Ridley is said to be in Starfighter. She's the big surprise at the end of Starfighter. Now, I saw Star Wars Meg and some other people speculating that maybe the Simon Kinberg trilogy was going to be retrofitted to like involve Ben Solo or to have more Ben Solo stuff. And I just don't think so, guys. I generally don't think so. I think that film is establishing the New Jedi Order time period, which would see Rey and Finn and Poe and other sequel trilogy characters take the sort of grandmother, grandfather roles, legacy roles for this new trilogy, which would also perhaps have the sort of young protagonist from Levy's movie be the main character, or at least one of the characters that's there in the New Jedi Order, okay? So that's generally what I think is going on. That's the general plan. But here's the thing. Kathy is on the way out. Bob Iger's on the way out. Now, as you know, I've come to believe that Bob Iger is actually majorly responsible for a lot of the things that fuck Star Wars up. Kathy allowed it to go down. She certainly played a role. She had her own issues for sure. But more than ever, it really does feel like Disney and Bob Iger was a big factor and was holding Star Wars back. With Bob Iger on the way out and Kathleen Kennedy on the way out, there is actually a lot of hope for what Star Wars could do. I'm hoping that they don't just go right into the Kinberg movies, right? I'm hoping that they can wait, maybe until Kathy and Bob are both gone and then reassess. At that time, Carrie Beck and Dave Filoni will likely be the co-presidents of the company. And I think Dave has a specific vision for what he would want to do. I would be very interested to see what the person that replaces Bob Iger, what that person's relationship to Dave Filoni and Star Wars becomes is going to be very telling. That's going to be very telling as far as what Star Wars will actually be able to accomplish. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think Star Wars, we're still a little bit in flux. We're waiting, but there's hope. I mean, I think that this story with Adam Driver really did shake some things. At the very least, it sort of showed me that there's still some passion left in that group. The fans still have some passion, at least insofar as they can still get angry at Bob Iger for killing movies and projects and shit. So maybe there's hope that when they're both away and perhaps a Kevin Feige ascends maybe even, you know, to like an Alan Bergman kind of a position over there, yeah, you could actually see some good stuff coming out. So that's about all I got to say about Star Wars. The Mall Show, I think, is going to be lit. Ahsoka Season 2, I'm looking forward to. But if Ahsoka Season 2 is bad, it's going to really hurt Dave. It's going to really hurt Star Wars overall. Mando Grogu, I think, is going to be shit. Levy's movie, I kind of have some hope for, but to be honest with you, it does kind of feel like slop. That's maybe just setting up Rey's shit. By the way, chat, did you see what the GQ writers said about Sean Levy? It was fucking brutal, dude. It was fucking brutal. They said something like, wow, the idea of an Adam Driver-led, Steven Soderbergh-directed Star Wars movie is awesome, and it's so bitter that we don't get it, but it feels even worse because the next big Star Wars movie is going to be done by the guy that made Free Guy. But like she was like, the author was like, and I can't stress this enough, the next Star Wars movie is being done by the guy that made Free Guy. Like, in a very derogative, like, very dismissive, like, oh, the Deadpool Wolverine slop director is next up to bat for Star Wars, and we could have had Soderbergh, elevated genre, like, exciting, brilliant Star Wars. So that's kind of what's going on with all of that, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some new announcements and some stuff before the end of the year. It might go quiet. Maybe we'll get some rumors here and there, but, yeah, that's kind of what's going on with Star Wars. What do you guys think? Is there any nerd theory today? I'm not sure. Keep you posted on that. Probably not. Here, I'll text theory I'll text Theory right now, but I might not hear back from him depending on what's going on. He could be flying, he could be sleeping, he could be riding a horse. What's he doing? I'm kind of leaning towards no show tonight, but I don't know. Maybe he'll do one from the back of a saddle. That'd be cool. Cool124 says, Star Wars needs to jump forward 100 years and be a space opera. I don't want sequel trilogy characters. I want a Skywalker. They should have just made Rey a clone of Luke. Yeah, I mean, I honestly agree with everything you're saying there, man. But I don't know. Maybe this new young kid can be... I mean, I tell you this. This is really why I want Ben Solo back, because he's an actual Skywalker, right? And he's connected to to Luke's actual line. He was also trained by Luke. So I would like that a lot. I think... I mean, why... Here's what I don't understand from Disney's perspective. Why wouldn't you want to do NJO, or New Jedi Order, with Ben Solo and Rey? Like, why would that be such a problem? That seems like a solution. Like, that seems like... It seems like you would want that. Especially given all the problems that Disney's had with their brands, right? I don't know, man. It is... It's hard to know what these people are thinking sometimes, but I appreciate the support, man. Everything outside of Marvel? What? I did not see the Theory Cowboy plot twist coming. I know, but you know what? Honestly, good for him, man. He seems happy. Seems happy. Maybe that's his natural... Maybe he was supposed to be a cowboy, you know? I think they are scared to do another somehow. Has returned. Yeah, maybe. They should make a show/movie that featured droids exclusively. No thanks. She's not a Skywalker. True. Luke was ruined. He's dead and sucked. The titty milk. Luke only gets redemption as a Force ghost. Yeah, it's kind of true, huh? It's kind of true. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's kind of true, huh? Yes, it's kind of unfortunate, but isn't it also kind of true? Yes, tragic, yes. Yes, tragic, I say. Theory got a job at Skywalker Ranch. That's sick, dude. That's sick. Need a Terminator-esque reboot with Star Wars, just ignoring the Rey trilogy. Highly doubt they would do something like that, but like I understand the spirit of what you're saying. The thrust of what you're saying is correct. And I think they could figure out a way to do it, yeah. Justin, Jesus. Rey, I'm all the Jedi Skywalker. Yep, that's her. All I want is an Ewok miniseries. Didn't they do one of those? Disney's biggest sin with Marvel was that they made too much boring nonsense. With Star Wars, they've gone so much further and desecrated the brand, and people's love towards the brand, it's dead. So, I mean, I think you're right in a sense. I don't know that it's dead, but like, you're right. You're spot on about the damage. But here's something else that people don't necessarily appreciate about that. Star Wars was always more sacred than Marvel. And I love Marvel, but part of the charm is like, it's comic books. Star Wars was like new myth, dude. It was like new religion. Star Wars really meant something to motherfuckers. And I'm not saying Marvel doesn't. It's just different. It's just a different thing. So I think that's a little bit of it too. Because like, think about it like this. Even Phase 4 and 5 Marvel, right? Like, you watch the She-Hulk show, and yes, it's annoying and it's cringe, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? But it's the She-Hulk show. This wasn't like Avengers, the next Avengers are like, show up for Marvel. Star Wars has this kind of unfortunate thing where like the next version, whenever you give Star Wars, you're like it's a ceremony. Like, it's a ritual. And this is the next Star Wars, which maybe they haven't even caught on to. Maybe that's part of the disconnect, is they think they're just making content, you know? I hate clankers. Me too, man. For the sake of the good story, I'm totally down to straight up retcon his death. Maybe his mom gave him some life back. Yeah, something like that. Totally, dude. Any of that stuff. Any way you do it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Okay, so hang on 1 second here, chat. We're going to try a thing, okay? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, let's go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I tried to do Arc Raiders, yeah. I was trying. I secretly booted it up. Yeah. I was booting it up. I was like, hey, maybe we could just go right into Arc Raiders. Maybe everything will be fine, you know? The stream was fine for you the whole time? So I can try it again and play Arc Raiders? Yeah. Might be no Arc Raider streaming for Josh. I think if you rub your PC while it boots, it might work. Should I do that? Should I try to rub a lubba dubba? Give it a nice rub? Maybe a little tug? Minecraft stream next? No, Minecraft! Just try it, bro. I literally just tried it. I literally just did, bro. And that shit was like... So I'm going to get out of here, and I might play a little Arc Raiders in the afternoon with the homies off stream. I haven't heard back from Theory, guys. I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know via social media, the Discord, etc., etc. Probably no stream tomorrow, but we're hopefully we'll be dialed in and we could actually have fun stream. I would do Arc Raiders if it would work, but I think I'm gonna have to buy the new PC, and then we'll have the one PC will be for the streams, and the one PC will be for the gaming and like all the processing and stuff like that. So, yeah. Theory said his parents met as championship horse riders. He knows how to ride a horse. Would you want Ben come back as light side or dark side? What? That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's wild, dude. That's really cool. Ben to come back as light side or dark side? I mean, honestly, either would be really cool, but I think it would be light side. But perhaps, so like the way I would do it is like he comes back as light side, but of course people want to corrupt him or whatever, right? Yeah. Fury was in his ranch era. Hell yeah, dude. Good for him. Greg, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Oh, no, you guys are good. I totally get it, man. Everybody likes to rib and take shots, and it's honestly, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Only if Rey goes dark side and Finn is a force user. I mean, I think Rey should have gone dark side for sure. I think that would have been really interesting. I suppose she still could, but yeah. I know you don't like horror, but how do you feel about rom-coms? Very similarly. I don't really, it's not something I really go for. Occasionally, like I've been forced to watch some rom-coms that actually were kind of interesting. So like, I remember there's this one called Alex and Emma, and it's like Luke Wilson, I forget who the lady was, but it's about this like writer that's going to get killed by these gamblers unless he finishes this manuscript, and like it's like a basic rom-com thing, but the structure of it was pretty interesting, and I was like, okay, this one's actually pretty good. I'll tell you this too. If you're ever in a situation where your wife or your girlfriend or significant other really wants to watch a romantic movie, but you need a little something more, put on Cold Mountain. Cold Mountain is like a war movie basically, but it's also it's a romantic movie. It's very romantic. You could possibly get away with calling Cold Mountain a romantic film. And yeah. Is that with Jack White? I don't think it's with Jack White. No, I don't think so. Mind control. Yeah. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I really appreciate you guys for being here. We'll keep cracking at this, at these issues here. Very confused about this one here with the Spotify thing, too. Really just not sure why that is happening. But anyway, we'll fix that later. Really appreciate you guys, man. Just bear with me. We'll get this all sorted. We'll be back to normal before you know it. And we'll be better than ever. We'll be better than ever, I promise. Now I'm going to go play Arc Raiders for a couple hours because that shit is lit. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. We got to play out to something. We're going to get copyrighted, but I don't give a fuck.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh, man. We made it. We made it, chat. It was a little shaky at parts. Couldn't record my clips, so now I gotta go back into the stupid ass stream and do the clips. But you know what? That's okay. We were able to chill, hang out, yap about some shit, And maybe that's the best we could do for today. All right, everybody. Much love, man. Holiday season upon us. I got some cool plans for some holiday streams. Plenty of nerd venging to be had by all. Get out of here and enjoy the rest of your goddamn Monday. Oh, actually, wait. Do me a favor. Make it 2. First up, I'm going to need you to open up your third eye. And then wash out your stinky butthole. Trust me. You don't want that shit in there. Like.